Coach, if you can open us up with your thoughts heading into the season, and then we'll open up for questions.
Okay. Well, we're excited about the opportunity that lies ahead for us. We're only a few days away from opening up our first day of practice. As all of us know that, we're starting a little earlier this year due to our week 0 game. It's an exciting time of year. We're all optimistic. We're undefeated at this time. But I tell you, the biggest thing for me is you're excited and a little anxious because of the unknown going into this season. We've lost some really good players over from last season. Some of the best players in Samford history are no longer with us, but we have some quality guys that have worked extremely hard since the end of last season to prepare for the opportunities that will come up. But there is a lot of unknowns with a lot of guys that we feel like are good players. They just haven't played a whole lot of football for us. But I feel good about our team. I feel good about the players that we have on our roster. We just got to prepare very well, and hopefully come the 24th of August, we'll be ready to play.
Can't replace Duck, but what do you see? What have you seen out of both quarterbacks throughout summer workouts and heading into fall camp?
Well, you take offensively, from Hodges to Kelvin McKnight, there's a lot of touchdowns and a lot of yards that, that has to be replaced, that has to be made up for. But I think, quarterback-wise right now, Liam Welch, he's our starter going into camp. He's been the backup for 3 years, a very talented player. Again, he just hasn't had the opportunity to go in and play with the proverbial lights on. We also brought in Chris Oladokin transfer from South Florida, that from practice 1 to the last practice of spring improved a great deal. And if he'll make that same type of leap over the course of camp, it could be anybody's ball game when it comes to who gets the start against Youngstown State. So we feel like we got 2 quality guys there. And a lot of it's going to depend on who plays the best over the course of the next few weeks, who runs out and takes those first snaps against Youngstown.
What are you going to be looking for evaluation-wise, when fall camp starts out of these 2? Is there something specific you want to see out of one or the other?
Consistency, and I think that is probably the theme for all the positions. Every spot's wide open right now. Who performs the best over the time frame of our camp, and I think that's the biggest thing is we need, especially at the QB, somebody that's going to consistently bring it in a positive way each and every day.
That opening game, against Youngstown State, week 0, it's going to be, nationally televised. What kind of excitement and buzz does that create around, your team?
I'd rather play a lesser opponent game 1 so that you could work some kinks out, but by playing a quality opponent in an atmosphere like we're getting ready to play on the 24th on ESPN, week 0, the marquee game, right before Florida and Miami play, it should increase our attention to detail. Our urgency levels have to be higher. When we play that game, there's not a lot of first game mistakes that can be made if you want to be victorious. So hopefully that'll help our preparation. But it's exciting for our players to be able to play on prime time. We don't get to do that very often at this level. And I think just as important, it's a great opportunity for us to showcase Samford University and all that we have to offer here at this fine school that we attend.
I know one of your players earlier brought up the schedule change. You all played FSU early this year, but how does it feel to have someone like Arbin on the back end of the schedule instead of playing them early this year?
We'll worry about that's the last regular season game of the year. We'll worry about that when we get there. So, I've never, I shouldn't say that. I played a team, Colorado State, late in the year. Again, when you get to that point, a lot of things could happen leading up to it. We'll have to play the game, and then I'll answer the question for you. All right, how about that?
Whether warranted or not, Hodges was kind of the face of this program the past few years. What's the identity you want to create for this team going into this season? Kind of putting that behind you. Because obviously, Hodges comes in, breaks a Steve McNair record. That's just something that doesn't happen very often.
Well, I think each team has its own identity. No two teams are ever the same, no matter if you have all the players returning. Each year brings different challenges. They're all unique to that particular season. But I think one thing by not having the so-called marquee player has made our team a closer knit team, and no disrespect to having marquee players. They're fun to have. But I just think our team has really rallied around each other. And we all understand that it's going to take a collective group effort this season in order for us to be successful.